Hello, hello.
Do I deafen?
They have to count us down first, and then you can move. Fuck, I forgot to find an image that I want. There. Oh, there's two of them that are good here.
Good. Yes.
Yep.
Alright, off we go.
Get out
This
of
should
here.
be a good race. We got Curtis and Yeet Satchel going at it in a leash spread. Curtis, a recent addition to the losers bracket. Yeet Satchel winning last round to stay alive. He'll try to do that once more here. Alright, it's time for trick number 1 of the run. The day 1 extinction. Curtis is gonna have a go at it first. No problem for him. Yeet Satchel now. Want to attempt the trick. Ooh, off the wall a bit. Ooh. Maybe used to a little more dead zone on the control stick on Dolphin there. But he gets it as well. First few days of the run, kind of just focusing on growing reds and collecting the globe on day 4 to progress to awakening wood. So we'll see both runners in these first few days grow reds. This day, day 2 and day 3, kind of a low point in the run, but still very important to the overall picture, you know, getting the Pikmin you need to collect all the treasures later. I expect we might see some more advanced tactics out of Curtis on these first few days that we might not see from Yeet Satchel. I'll point them out as we go along. But yes, lots of mashing through text, growing Pikmin, mashing through more text, skipping cutscenes, and then going to the next day. Easy one shot for Curtis. Not quite for Yeet Satchel. No worries though, nothing that loses much time at all. And Curtis did not attempt to skip here. I don't know if he did it attempted it in the previous runs, but did not go for it right now. Both runners still neck and neck here, entering day 3. I don't expect too much pull away in these first few days. Now we're on day 3. All you do on day 3 is defeat these 2 pellet posies, collect them, and end the day. Curtis masterfully knocks down the pellet posies and brings them back to the onion. Well done, Curtis. Round of applause for Curtis. Pete Satchel doing the same. Now we're on to day 4. Day 4 is got a few more moving parts than the last few days, so looking forward to it. This is kind of like the first opportunity for separation between the 2 runners, is how well they play this day, you know. So yeah, once again, defeating pellet posies, collecting Pikmin. The goal right now for Curtis is to, you know, get these 3 flowers and bring 15 Pikmin to the bag. You get a couple more flowers. As you see on Curtis' screen, there's a second bag. That one requires 35 Pikmin, so once again, time to grow. We're also going to see Curtis go for another early game trick here called Egg Push. These eggs contain nectar, which, if applied to Pikmin, will flower them, which gives them a speed boost. It also makes them carry things quicker, so very important to get nectar for these Pikmin here. And just bringing the nectar a little bit closer is just a little speed boost. So Curtis gets the egg down the hill. Now Eat Satchel is also attempting egg push. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe yes. Uh-oh. So unfortunately, he just got a little bit below the egg there, so we'll take another crack at this here. And got it, yeah. That's fine. Right, Curtis's next obstacle on the way here is this gate. And once that gate is knocked down, we'll see the first cave of the game. The goal of the speedrun, of course, is to pay off the debt. To do so, you need to collect 10,000 Pokos worth in both treasures and bugs. Very funny, Curtis. A lot of these treasures are contained in the game's dungeons. Both players making their way towards the gate currently. Also, because of day 1 extinction, some things are a little bit wonky. Like as you saw there, as they approached the crushed can, the cutscene for the battery popped up, which is kind of unique and strange. The game is just a little confused on the order of which things are being completed because of day 1 extinction. There's normally this long tutorial on day 1 that you have to complete before day 2, but because of day 1 extinction, we kind of, you know, mess it up a bit. And now we'll see Curtis entering a merchant's cave. So yeah, all these dungeons, you know, each one's pretty unique, you know. We'll see treasures, enemies, hazards. This first one, of course, is going to be not too difficult. Only a few small enemies in the way. And now I suppose the moment of truth. Are they playing on the same speed? Alright, we seem to be good. But yeah, both racers neck and neck still, really. Not much separation at all. I would say Curtis is the favorite, but, you know, anything is possible in a race, especially of this game. You know, any mistake can set back one runner or the other, and open a window for the other runner, so... we will remain on the lookout to see what can potentially happen. And now we get the introduction of the purple Pikmin, which are very key to the run. Their strengths, of course, are killing enemies quickly and being able to assist in carries where you might not have enough Pikmin with you. But yeah, speeding up combat in this game is just so important. Especially against a lot of enemies that, you know, you might have trouble with otherwise. There's so many enemies in this game that are just like completely cheesed by purples, where if you try to do a run without them, it just takes way longer. Curtis was in a little bit of trouble there, but was able to kill both bulb orbs. It's very bad if you lose a purple here this early in the run. Yeah, both runners kind of sped through this emergence cave here. And did I see that correctly? Did Neat Touch only grab 7 purples? So he might not be able to carry back one of the 2 bulwarps here, which it's just a couple Poké slots, which isn't a huge deal. But throughout this run, it is very important that the runners collect bug bodies throughout to help reach that 10,000 mark. The treasures alone can't get you there. Now we'll see Curtis smash through about 5 cutscenes to get to the end of this day. And he will enter the next area, which is Awakening Wood. On this upcoming day 5, you'll see 4 caves and a handful of above ground treasures, so almost completely maxing out this area in one day. Which if you told me you could do that as a kid, I would have just been, you know, my mind would have been blown. But yeah, before we head to the next dungeon, we have another above ground section. Once again, this one focuses on growing red Pikmin, just to have enough for the rest of the run. But soon enough, we'll be out of the grow phase and we'll be in the go phase, so the excitement will build. Satchel. Also wrapping up Valley of Repose. We'll be entering Awakening Wood shortly. Yeah, the Curtis will get about 20 more reds here before entering the next cave. Luckily, there's a lot of pellet posies nearby. There's some grubs as well. It just makes growing really quick and easy. And as he's growing this Pikmin, he also has like around 50 working on the gate as well. So yeah, kind of the name of this speedrun is multitasking. Whether it's above ground, you know, making sure you're collecting multiple things at the same time, or you know, knocking down a gate or this or that. You also see the same thing in dungeons, just making sure that you're working towards as many treasures as possible. Yep, grow, 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 break down the wall. First thing is another opportunity to nectar here, which is, you know, standard. Always good to make sure your Pikmin are going as fast as possible. And off to the next cave, which is a Hole of Beasts. This is a 5 sub-level cave. It's a little bit longer than the last one. It shouldn't be too difficult for either runner. There's not much that can go wrong in this cave. Boss floor, there's potential for issue, but you know, nothing too bad on this cave. So on this layout of Hole of Beast 1, the one treasure that can spawn can either be in an alcove in the second room, or it can be in the middle of the room. The depending factor on that is whether or not there's hallways on the sides. On this one there was not, so it's a closer treasure for Curtis. You're able to collect it a bit quicker at the expense of losing a few bug bodies. But any runner would happily take a close treasure there on that floor. And starting with this cave, we're going to start to see a bit of variance inside subfloors. So every time you load a sub-level, it's going to be a little bit different each time. There's some things that can change, like where the rooms are, where enemies are placed, where treasures are placed. So on this floor, you know, you see the hole that is there on the left, but you know, if you were to load it up on your GameCube or Wii right now, it might be on the right. I think that's one really awesome thing about this run is it's just always fresh. You know, you never know what to 100% expect every time. It keeps you on your toes, and you know, you just gotta play well. One of my favorite game design choices is it gives you 10 more purples on sub-level 2, so you can ignore them on sub-level 3, as there's a bunch of fire hazards. Only about a sub-level of separation between the two runners right now. I think Satchel doing a good job of keeping up with Curtis. He's a very good runner. Upcoming, we'll have sub-level 4 on Curtis's side. This floor, you know, watching a top runner play it is kind of interesting. Just, you know, it's kind of like a taste test of, you know, just seeing how well they can balance doing multiple things. As there's a few objectives here, which is collecting a treasure, killing an enemy, and collecting a treasure from that enemy, and then also flowering up your purple leaves that you grew on the turn before. So we'll see how Curtis solves this problem here. As you see here, he's gonna load both treasures on the enemy, and then take his purple leaves over, locate the Matites, which he successfully does, and flower up these purple leaves. And I just now noticed, but it appears Eat Satchel still has a lot of red leaves. May have done a poor job flowering right outside the gate of Bowl of Beasts, which will cause some minor time loss. There will be, you know, opportunity in a couple floors to flower those reds if they so choose. And we'll now see Curtis enter the boss floor, which is the Empress Fullblacks. There is a couple methods of a quick kill here. We'll see which one Curtis goes for. He's attempting fast Empress. You kind of swarm at it right away, and if you time it just right, she won't have time to attack, and he gets it. Well done. So, good job by Curtis there to knock out the boss as quickly as possible. And get that treasure moving. We'll see here on the right side, Eat Satchels had a bit more difficulty loading those treasures. A lot of purple leaves on that treasure there. I wonder if they will take the opportunity to flower up, or if they'll just move on to the next floor. Looks like they will skip Matites here. Actually, no, I'm wrong. They're having a bit of trouble finding them, though. They're actually just gonna go for this egg here. Which will take a bit more time. You don't collect those bug bodies from the Matites. It's still very important you get these guys flowered. And we're just now gonna hightail it right to the next dungeon. And they collect no treasures on this above ground section. And now we see Eat Satchel approaching the boss. Eat Satchel's gonna use a different method here. Let's see how it works out. Might have... Oh no! Oh, whistled off though, that's unfortunate. They had the trick, but whistled off. But just a little bit of time lost here. You gotta wait for the boss to complete its attack animation, which takes a bit. But, you know, not the end of the world by any means. We're just now in White Flower Garden. Another simpler dungeon. I don't expect anything too difficult to be thrown his way in this cave. I think White Flower Garden is kind of one of the first caves in the game where it highlights the importance of some cave luck. With 2 floors, those being White Flower Garden 2, which Curtis is entering right now, and White Flower Garden 4, kind of having, you know, important emphasis on treasure placement, where the treasures spawn in the cave, dictating how fast you can go. This would be an example of not a good layout for what Fire Garden. So you see this heart right here, which is the second treasure you collect on this floor, or first, depending on location, of course, being far from the ship, so it takes just a bit longer to come in. Ideally, you want that to be as close to the ship as possible, so you can get it right away, and not have to wait for it to be collected. Those are some of the breaks you just gotta take while running this game, that you might lose 10 seconds here, 15 seconds here, that are just completely out of your control. You just gotta like roll with the punches and continue on. Curtis almost... Oh, okay, I thought he forgot the treasure, but that was the blowhog coming in that was being carried, that I thought was a treasure. And now we will get our third Pikmin in the run. And arguably the most important, those being whites. White Pikmin have like 5 different, you know, abilities. The first of which will be highlighted on this floor, which is the ability to dig up treasures. They're also impervious to poison, and they carry stuff very quickly. Which in a speedrun, you know, quick is important. So we do love our white Pikmin in the run. Once again, we'll see Curtis Nectar Pikmin. If you have leaves, flower them. Leaves equals bad. And you know, we want to see Curtis transfer the whites onto the treasure just to speed it up a bit. Curtis goes 3 Pikmin on the beam there. That's a good omen. Both runners still very, very close. And with an upcoming trick, we might, you know, see some separation. Or we might see a lead change, you never know. Ooh, Curtis going to whistle through the poison. I don't have the guts to do that in a run. Reason being, if your Pikmin are poisoned for a certain amount of time, a certain cutscene will play, and we rely on that cutscene to happen a bit later. So I would never take that risk, but I'm sure Curtis has done that 100 times before, and it's not even something he thinks about. And Curtis is on the boss floor again. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2 with the 1 cycles on the bosses. This one I'd say is a bit easier than the last. And no trouble there. And upcoming, you'll see a very important trick in the run called Early Blues. So, during normal gameplay in Pikmin 2, to unlock blue Pikmin, you have to knock down electric gates. Electricity, of course, can only be taken out by yellow Pikmin. So normally you have to collect yellows before blues. However, we've never heard of yellow Pikmin, so we will get blues now. The trick itself is pretty difficult, requires multiple steps to do, and is a make or break spot for a lot of runners. Curtis wisely saving before the trick. This just ensures that if you fail the trick, you don't have to, and you have to reset, you don't have to complete the 5th floor of White Flower Garden again. So step 1, get some Pikmin up here, and we did unlock a new ability in the last cave, which is the ability to Knapsack. This just makes your captain lie down and lets you be carried by Pikmin. There's multiple exploits throughout the run as a result of this that, you know, lets Olimar and Louis be carried up ledges that they otherwise would not be able to access. Here's the second part of the trick. You gotta activate that poison cutscene while Olimar is in the scale. This pushes him through the floor, allows him to clip out of bounds here, so Curtis does that very well. And now for the final part, you gotta use another knapsack trick while you're out of bounds to teleport inbounds. And unfortunately for Curtis there, it doesn't go perfectly and he soft locks. That just happens sometimes. It's hard to prevent. And it's just kind of just time loss that you just gotta deal with. And this kind of opens the door for Eat Satchel to close the gap a bit. Curtis saying in chat he thought he was using a patch to prevent the soft lock. So a little surprised that that happened. But I guess not much you can do about it. Curtis is going to take another shot at it here. Apparently, patch. Both runners should be running on patch here, so that soft lock shouldn't have occurred. Which is interesting that it did. Yeah, so now Curtis is gonna approach the trick again. Fingers crossed, no soft lock this time. And it's a success, so thankfully Curtis does not have to reset a second time here. Still unfortunate that soft lock occurred. And he'll start growing some blue Pikmin and make a beeline towards the next cave. Which is Snaggart Hole. And Snaggart Hole starts to ramp up the difficulty. You'll see, you know, a lot more tricky gameplay involved. This cave is also the least favorite of a lot of runners of the game, just due to the amount of variance inside it, just with layouts and stuff. Oh, that was unlucky on Curtis' side. We're also going to see Eat Satchel approach early blues here. Wishing them luck. Never fun to see anyone fail early blues. Ooh, that was a little crazy movement right there. That made me nervous. Alright, Eat Satchel, trying to line it up. Oh, whoa. Okay. That worked. Okay. I am shocked that worked, but it worked. Usually, as a runner approaches that trick, they tend to line up the camera behind them and run straight forward. Eat Satchel did something a little unique there by running sideways. And they weren't looking when they were running, where they were running, rather. And I don't know, it made me nervous, you know? Because you gotta time that nap at a specific time, and when you're not seeing when you're going, it becomes a little more difficult, to say the least. Yeah, heading into Snaggart Hole now, on Curtis' side. So as I mentioned, there's a lot of variance in this cave just with how layouts can treat you. A couple of those floors being the upcoming one, which is the second floor, which we'll collect one treasure on, and it could be either very close to base, or it could be, you know, miles away, and it just takes forever. You also see a lot of layout dependency on Snaggered Hole 6, where an optional treasure lingers that you'll not always get, but if you do get it, it just puts your run in such a great spot that you might not always be in. So as we approach that 6th floor, we'll keep a close eye to see if they collect that treasure. Snaggered Hole 2. This is one of the more interesting ones, when it's kind of split like this. Of course, the priority here is to make your way to the strawberry. The sooner that is moving, the faster you will go. And thankfully, it's not too far, so it won't be a long carry back to base. We'll also see our white count grow from 10 to 15 here. The more whites, the better. If you have an opportunity to collect whites at no time loss, everyone's going to take that offer. So well played from Curtis here. Did a good job taking care of all the obstacles in the way without losing time. And this is still a very close race, you know, not more than one level has separated these players throughout. So yeah, Curtis not being able to build up a lead here. As Meat Satchel enters the 2nd floor, Curtis enters the 3rd. Looks like Meat Satchel's going to take a different approach here to the 2nd floor. Bringing both captains towards the berry, which will just make it so he won't get to the white flower as quick, which may lose a little time. No trouble at all for Curtis on this 3rd floor. Collecting both the treasure and the snagret. Here's sub-level floor. This is another floor that can, you know, see a lot of time gained or lost depending on layout. We'll see that. Oh, this is very interesting. It appears that the beetle is very close to base here. Yeah, there it is. Probably the right play to kill it right away here. Looks like the marble is quite a ways away, though. And it looks like, wow, Curtis is actually going to grab a Cupid's Grenade here. This is an optional treasure that is usually only grabbed on like 1% of layouts. Reason being, it's not worth much Pokos. But I actually agree kind of with this play here. I think it's fine to grab. But yeah, not something you see very often. There's a lot of treasures you'll see on certain sublevels that runners choose not to collect. Some of these reasons include that they might not be worth much Pokos, like as we see here as the cherry goes in. This is only worth 20, which is kind of a primary reason why we don't grab it very often. Another reason being, if you max out and collect all treasures in a cave, a cutscene will play at the end of that cave, which loses some time. Yeah, Curtis is going to be plus 20 Pokos here, which is just a nice little cushion. It takes a little bit of pressure off you for collecting bug bodies later on. Always nice to have a little breathing room. And now we'll see Eat Satchel enter this floor as well. Uh-oh, they have the Levitating Beetle, so they're not going to be able to swarm it here. Easy back at those, just throwing purples and getting this done. I'm very interested to see if Eat Satchel decides to go with collecting the cherry here. Right, Curtis, I believe, still has not found the Bulwarba with the marble, after killing several. Hopefully he can find that quickly. And yeah, the needle's starting to go up, so he should get it. Yeah, it seems to be quite away from the spawn. Eat Satchel, it appears, choosing to ignore the cherry, which I don't think is a mistake. I think it's both fine collecting it and not collecting it. I don't think it's really too much of a positive or negative one way or the other. And now we'll keep a close eye on Curtis here, as he is about to enter Snagger Hole 6. He'll be searching for lens on this floor, which is the optional treasure. It is hidden within a tiny bulb. What usually makes collecting this treasure so difficult is that this floor has a lot of branching pathways, so it might be in a direction like away from the hole. There's also another one of those antenna beetles that mess up your gauge, and you can't really search around for it. So Curtis is going to locate the hole here and run right towards it. We'll see if he is able to collect lens. Does find a Snagret. He is searching for lens. Scanning the whole room, but unfortunately does not get it here. So, not a huge setback. It just makes it so you have to collect a treasure about 40 minutes from now that you wouldn't otherwise, be able to skip. Now we'll see the Pleiadian Snagret. Trying to successfully gain the one cycle there. Also successfully avoiding the crash, which you love to see. Fun fact about this floor, way back when this was not a part of the payoff debt route. The one cycle on Pleiadian was not discovered, so it's just skipped. Payoff debt has seen several route changes throughout its history, many of which I was not around for. But it's still fun to, learn and hear about the history of this run. And Yeet Satchel now entering Snagger Hole 6. I wonder how thorough they're going to be searching for lens. Curtis is pretty thorough. And did not get it. Looks like Yeet Satchel will not go into the other room, where I suspect the lens bulwark is. And now Curtis, on one of the more difficult above ground sections, requires you to do 20 things at once. One of my favorite splits to watch when I'm watching a run. One of my least favorite to play. Just very impressive just seeing, how runners juggle all these different tasks you have to do. Whether it's like, digging up a treasure, breaking down a bridge, you know, collecting pellets, killing enemies. We'll see Curtis collect the globe here. This will unlock the third area we go to in this run, but we won't be going there for quite some time. And we'll see some more fun knapsack tricks here. That nap Curtis just completed is awful. I hate it. It's the worst. Second worst nap in the game. Curtis might disagree with me right now as he's having difficulty with his nap. Does get it. Just in time, too. One of the worst things a runner can experience is being locked out while being carried by Pikmin. There's no worse feeling. So yeah, this kind of very important on the split is to grow as much blues as possible, as they will be very important on the next above ground section we run into. I think have quite the disadvantage with us growing blues. Kind of target goal here for blue count is 60, which is pretty easily obtainable. Yeah, we'll see more and more treasures coming in on Curtis' side here. He played this book pretty well, I feel. And upcoming here is the next cave, being Bulblake's Kingdom. I would say this is a small step down in difficulty from the just exited Snagger Hole. There is still, you know, some trickiness in there, for sure. Still requires runners to play at the top of their ability. Here we go. Essential might have done this split a little bit differently than standard. Now attempting the naps. Fingers crossed. Strawberry will come in. Good. Oh, he whistled off. Very good. And yeah, you know, props to Yeet Satchel here. You know, Curtis is a very good runner at this game, and it's been pretty neck and neck throughout, you know. Not much separation between either player has kept the race close. The second floor, just gotta avoid some fire. Load that treasure, and get out of there. Yeah, this is like the first time in the run where there's been more than one simple level of separation between the two runners. Now with Curtis on floor 3, Satchel is still not in Bulblake's Kingdom. It's still not a huge lead. The first few floors of Bulblake's Kingdom tend to be pretty quick. Floor 4 gives us our introduction to electricity, the most deadly hazard in the game, being an instant kill to all Pikmin that are not yellows. Last time I was in a race, I had to reset due to electricity. Broke my heart. And there's a couple treasures that need to be located here. The first one inside that glove beetle, which Curtis has found. Second of which will be in the Froggy. Ooh, and that was very close. Curtis losing a couple of reds there to electricity. Could have been a lot worse. And yeah, it's a little sloppy from Curtis here, but nothing too bad. Only lost a couple of reds. But yeah, definitely there's a little bit of potential for disaster there. Be careful on one of those floors that, you know, things can go poorly on if you're not careful. We'll see another floor here that Curtis is about to enter that we just skip. We just run from start to end and move on. Or 6, BK6, which I like to call FC8 Light. Oh. A lot of things in the way here. We're just gonna kill all of them. Seems like a classic top to bottom here. Having to move through 2 rooms to get to both treasures. There still has a lot of blue leaves, which isn't unusual at all. They tend to be flowered a little bit later on. And I'll see Eat Satchel take a shot at this BK4 here. Looks like they're playing it very similar to Curtis, going towards the hole first. Which I think makes sense, as you're able to tell right away that the gauge is going up. And that took a yucky bounce on the crystal there. Kind of forcing Eat Satchel to kill another anode here. And not, you know, being able to immediately look for the frog. Yeah, still very close, you know, any mistake out of Curtis or could really, you know, close the gap. It's actually gonna use purple pounds to take out the electric gate, which is a good idea. Pretty safe way to get rid of the electricity. And I will see Curtis to attempt past Emperor here. One of the more difficult tricks in the run. Kind of the method of this trick is just pressing the A button. It can cause trouble for certain runners. Curtis is able to press the A button there and get the quick kill. Well done, Mike Curtis. I believe this is the only final floor in the game to have multiple treasures outside of Dream Den. Just a bit of fun trivia that I just thought of that might be incorrect. I am corrected. It's 1 of 3. Or 1 of 4. He's just having to prove me wrong in the Twitch chat. I didn't see Curtis's. What's Curtis's Pokemon here? He did grab the cherry earlier, so it should be a little higher than normal. 4950. It's alright. That's fine for not having lens. 4954. We'll keep an eye on Yeet Satchel's Poke count as they enter. Or exit, BK rather. Which they will do shortly. Just gotta make their way through about 1.5 more floors. Making the return to the Valley of Repose. I think one of the more key games or key days in the run, with 2 of the more difficult caves and a trickier above ground section, making up the most of it. But first, we will collect this battery that we've ignored since day 1. This has 59 blues, which is 1 less than 60, but it's whatever. It's not a huge deal. I doubt 1 blue would make the difference here. Why is he gonna take out this Bulborb right now, so he doesn't have to worry about it tomorrow? Now we'll see Satchel's attempt at Fast Emperor. Wish them luck. Well done. Gets it first try. I believe Curtis is a non-believer in the lifeguard strat, so we will not see that implemented here. This above ground section is quite chaotic and quick. See quite a number of treasures being collected. Another goal, getting towards Subterranean Complex. And F's in the chat for lifeguard strat, as Curtis throws Pikmin up on a ledge for SAT. See, Yeet Satchel here, load the Gyroid Bus with reds instead of whites. This just makes it come in quite a bit slower. yeah, this part of the route is still somewhat new and fresh. Collecting the above ground treasures in Valley of Repose before doing the caves. Previously they were done after Frontier Cavern. Now they're done before. Saves a bit of time. The speedrunner will never say no to time save. And this is kind of why we grew all these blues. Satchel now exiting Bulblack's Kingdom. Let's look at their Poco count. They're at 4927. Yeah, they're a little bit lower. Mostly because they did not collect the cherry. But they should be fine. Not in the danger zone as far as money goes. Uh-oh, and Curtis is gonna get locked out here while being carried. Just a small frustrating thing. Oh wow, he recovers though. Wow, I did not expect that. Yeah, SCX is a very high-octane cave. A lot of danger, a lot of difficulty. It really challenges and pushes you to go as fast as possible without massacring your Pikmin. See a lot of electricity, a lot of bomb rocks, so a lot of potential instant death. That leaves very little room for mistakes. Oh, and it actually took a bit to take out the blues there. They also elected to have a full weight dig on that battery, so the battery's going to come up a bit slower, as there's no purples working on it. I guess the trade-off is that, you know, you'll guarantee a 100% white carry of the battery back to base. Yeah, here's the first floor of SCX. I think this floor also kind of highlights the importance of being able to read floors well. Let's score. Score, being summed down into simple terms, is that treasures will tend to spawn further away from base and with things in the way. So if there's a lot of enemies in one room and it's far away, there's more likely to be a treasure there than in a room closer to base with not anything in the way. Of course, it's not 100% as simple as that. There's a lot of factors and things to account for, which, no, I'm not smart enough to talk about, so. But yeah, Curtis moving on now into the next floor here. Curtis also kind of was able to grow the lead with a couple good above ground blitz there. I think that's kind of been the main separation between the two runners so far throughout the run, is their above ground gameplay. Billy's actually been playing pretty well inside the caves to keep the race close. Ooh, that was very dangerous. Curtis almost losing a handful of blues there, 2 explosives. Ooh, okay, that was close. actually see you have 65 blues here, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if I missed them losing purples or whites somewhere? I don't know. He's actually gets the purple throws. Oh, I don't know if he has enough in his party. Oh, he didn't dismiss. Uh-oh. Not able to get them. Okay, you got it. I don't know what prevented them from dismissing there earlier, but they're able to get it. Thankfully. SDX3. Not much to talk about on this board. It's played pretty similar every time. That's what someone would say if they would try to make Cap mad. But this board is actually pretty difficult. You know, you don't really get a lot of similar layouts here. It really, you know, tests you as a runner to improvise on the go, figure out what order you want to collect things in. You have two treasures that are separate, one inside of an enemy. I think Curtis made the right decision here by saving combat for last here. Well played by Curtis. It's not an easy floor to play by any means. But yeah, very, very tricky game. Not only do you get punished more for your mistakes, it really tests you, you know, making the right decisions in the moment to go as fast as possible. Alright, and hopefully the white flowers are all in good spots for Curtis to grow here. Every now and then, runners will like to skip a white flower on this floor if it's too far out of the way. But it looks like they're all bunched and close together. Makes growing all 15 the correct choice. There's even a nice egg away from the flower to nectar up easily. Sometimes the eggs are right on top of the flower, so you fight Pikmin and they just drink nectar right away and you can't really flower too effectively. We might see another fun knapsack trick here on sub-level 5. Goal is to nap, get up. Ooh, not quite. Not an easy trick, but it saves a handful of seconds. Now, sub-level 6. This is gonna be a trouble floor. The game basically says, hey, what if we threw everything at you? So you'll see poison, electricity, bombs. Weevils just irritate you and, you know, cause even more trouble. Curtis wisely gonna retreat here, wait for that bomb. Actually, really, I think killing the NSA is a great play. You don't get directly through the treasures, but you know, just, prevents any potential trouble later coming back the treasures through electricity. And I think, especially in a race setting, you gotta play a little more safe. You know, you don't want to be the one to make a mistake to let the other guy, you know, pass you or grow a lead on you. So I think that's just really smart from Curtis there. Might not be something you do in a PB attempt when you're, you know, minus 20 or plus 20, but I think in this setting it's the right decision for sure. Curtis played this floor really well. Now it's actually approaching to level 3 in just a bit here. Keep a close eye on that. Here's approaching sub-level 7. Another pretty key floor in the run. That challenges you. This floor has 3 treasures. One is inside an enemy, the other 2 are just, you know, free treasures. It was kind of a strange layout. You have the tape really close to base. Oh, and wow. Thirst activator's right there as well. This is a... You know, I'd be jumping for joy if I got this layout in a run. Yeah, just gonna quickly get those treasures out of the way. I think this is fine, and saving combat for last is perfectly okay. I don't know if Curtis got the roaming right, though. I don't know if I've seen it, so I don't know. I'm a little worried for that. I think it's fine. I think he lost a purple there. No huge deal. It's trying to get to that point in the run where, you know, a few Pikmin deaths here and there are a little less. Yeah, there's the roaming going I was worried about. That could have been a lot more trouble. You know, there's a lot of whites just idle there. And if Curtis loses like 10 to 15 whites there, it's a lot of trouble. He'll have a, you know, tough time in the next few games. So I think a slight fail out there was not having any whites die. And I believe he's actually started with combat here. It's something that is a little different from what Curtis did. Still needs to collect a couple treasures. I think SEX3 is one of the more important floors to, you know, just take a second as you're entering the level to watch the cutscene, just to kind of see what you're about to deal with. He's actually going to choose to grow some more whites here, which I think he's a bit low, so I think it's a fine choice. And Curtis played this SEX very well. From start to finish, it was really well played. In 67.58, he is on good pace as far as bug buddies go. Kind of a benchmark I set for myself on exiting SEX at 67.50, so 67.58 is fine. You know, that cherry, you know, kind of gives you the choice to, you know, not get as many bug bodies in SEX and FC. We'll see Frontier Cavern next. Another difficult cave. I would say it's a little bit slightly easier than SEX, but, you know, depending on who you ask, that might not be the case. I just think it's easier. Just a few less instances of things that can kill all your Pikmin. I think Curtis definitely got the leg up on Eat Satchel on that SCX3 there by electing to go combat last. And now Curtis will enter Frontier Cavern. This first floor can be annoying with the doodle bugs. Just a pair of buried treasures you gotta find. These doodle bugs are causing a little bit of trouble because they're kind of just in the worst places in that level. I don't think they're anyone's favorite enemy. For sure. Oh, it's Virginia. Okay. I was about to say, why did you kill those enemies? There's an image. It's actually going to go for knapsack. Here. Ooh, almost. You know, I think after you fail it once, you kind of just gotta just run towards the exit with Olimar. Yeah. Just kinda, you know, it's a risky trick. Especially if you go for it twice. Courage just gets through the first floor without difficulty. This is an interesting start to this floor. Yeah, two large enemies right next to each other. You have to be very careful to knock them out one at a time. This does give you like a couple free bug bodies, which Curtis wisely collects. I didn't even get birds yet, which is great for his Poco count. I'll see Eat Satchel, Catlin, SCX6. Playing it pretty safe, which I like. I think it's more than okay to play this floor safe. You know, take things out like one at a time at your own pace, you know, just so you don't nuke your run. Yeah, Curtis got a lot of bug bodies on this floor, so that's great. Great for him. Eat Satchel successfully taking out the enemies that could cause them harm. And bringing the treasures home. Okay, FC3, this is another tricky floor. A lot of things you gotta take into account. You got a buried treasure, you got a free treasure, and you also got an enemy treasure, so... As far as the enemy treasure goes, you know, you want to take it out close to base. I don't know where Curtis is located yet. Ooh, that purple survived somehow. I feel Curtis has put his Pikmin in a few dangerous spots this run, and it's unfortunate not to lose them. Yeah, ring is good. That was just the bull bear, right? Yeah. Wow, that bull bear was like trapped in that room. It's also very strange that she was, you know, wandering around for so long and did not have any dwarves follow her. Yeah, Curtis is chugging along here, you know. Hasn't had any real scary moments. Besides maybe the growing situation on SCX7. Been pretty smooth sailing. Essential's also done a really great job in this SCX to keep the Pikmin alive. Very easy to just, you know, nuke your squad in that game. Kurt's now playing his favorite floor with his favorite enemies. Those being the bumbling switchbugs that, you know, pick up your captain and kill your entire squad. Well, right on. This is also a really lovely layout. Not really any danger in the way. Yeah, FC4 can be a floor that's either like super kind to you or just evil. Yeah, that's one of the trouble floors that potential trouble floors that was not trouble. How many Menudas are going to die? There's one. There's two. Rare instance of power-up treasure not being on the boss floor here. Is that the only time that occurs? I don't know. I think it might be. Except the above ground globe and awakening wood, perhaps. Each satchel now making their way onto Frontier Cavern. Ooh, in the close hole here. So this floor is very interesting. Usually it's just a skip, but once a runner sees that close hole, they kind of got a good feeling that one of the treasures is going to be close. I wish it is. Also, Curtis played this very well. There's a lot of stuff he had to dodge there and manage. But this is a really key pickup for Curtis. It's gonna, you know, help his poker count. He might be able to equip Aquatic Mine now with both Cherry and this treasure here. This treasure, so you get it so rarely, I don't even know the name of it. Priceless statue, yeah, so Curtis now in a position where he can skip Aquatic Mine. which is pretty big. So we'll keep an eye on Curtis's Pokemon count and exiting this. Yeah, we have a split FC7 here. Both treasures going to be in different rooms. We'll also keep an eye on each Satchel as we progress through FC, see how they play, especially on the 6-4, see if they go for the statue. Ooh. We're just going to wake up the Bulwark, make sure his Pikmin safely make their way back to base. And Curtis's Pokemon count is looking very nice. 81 or 8202, I believe. Yeah, that's really good. He's in a great position just to blitz through these last couple caves here without having to worry about bug bodies. Also, no aquatic mine necessary. Yeah, so now we're heading around the final turn now for Curtis. With only a couple caves left to go. Kind of the more difficult ones out of the way. Here's something you just kind of see that's done a little bit differently from Meat Satchel, as he fights the same enemies that Curtis does here, but he only collects one of them instead of the group. You know, you just want to try to squeeze as many Pokemon as you can out of, you know, every floor. So that's just kind of a matter of experience, which Curtis has a little bit more of. Here we go. Curtis is about to enter the Citadel of Spiders, which is probably the easiest cave since White Flower Garden. Almost kind of weird to have an easier cave near the climax of the run. This cave only being 5 floors, and we skipped the first, so it's really only 4. And we kind of skipped 4 too, so it's really only 3 floors. Three quick treasures on the floor on this side. That enemy there. Buried. Last one's free. Yeah, very well done. Also a nice little thing there is that Curtis will have to break down a gate to access the treasure or the hole, which will always speed up this floor just a bit. To the next floor here. Another one with anodes. This is something we've seen frequently throughout the run, which, you know, can always cause some trouble. Got the treasure behind the gate here. And... Alright, only one gate to deal with. Not terrible. And exceptional. We got all the treasures moving, I think. Yeah, ring is in. Very nice. Right, and Meat Satchel is gonna figure out the good news of this FC4 being super awesome. Now we'll see COS for Curtis doesn't really have any reason to get the optional treasure on this floor if it were available. It's getting statues, so if it were right there by the Chromat, I expect he'd still just run right to the exit. Curtis getting closer and closer to the finish line now. Speeding through this COS, and we'll only have one cave left. Ooh, no one second. Oh well. Not a big deal. Very easy backup right there. Also, that 1 cycle is very difficult to get. Exceptional now, killing Mamutas. Not for fun, but out of necessity. And Mitsuchil now about to enter FC6. Very interested to see what they decide to do. They're just now going to be making a beeline towards the final cave of the run. Meat Satchel is just going to elect to go down the hole right away. And now a whole cave of separation between the two runners with one cave to go. Means Curtis is going to win this race about 99.99% of the time. Glutton's Kitchen has a lot of electricity, so there's always potential for disaster. There's also always potential for bread bugs to cause problems. Like this one might right here. Ooh, that was close. It's bread bugs, they'll get you. Glutton's Kitchen 3. A lot of electricity on this floor. A lot of zappage that can happen. As you just saw. Alright, let's see the Pokemon count on Meat Satchel's side here. Okay, they have 80, 72, so not terrific. But not the worst either. They shouldn't require Love Nugget, they should just make sure they collect enough bug bodies in the next couple caves. Able to avoid the bread bugs for a second time in a row. Curtis now only a few floors away from taking home the dub. Curtis losing his first weight to an enemy there via chompage. Also, Curtis struggling with the Moche throws here. Does get it. Uh-oh. Nice. All three treasures within swarming distance here. Satchel inside the Citadel of Spiders. So a little bit of difference in the last couple caves here between the two players is Eat Satchel is kind of required to collect some enemy corpses back, where Curtis really didn't have to. Also, Eat Satchel will have to get a treasure in the perplexing pool above ground that Curtis was able to not collect. Which we will see after Eat Satchel completes this cave. And Curtis on the second to last floor of the run. Can be a tricky one. Also, I love playing this floor. At this point, though, you're kind of at the point where you just need enough Pikmin to complete the run, so you can play this floor like super recklessly and just, you know, lose Pikmin and like not really care about it. And that's fun to me. You kind of see Curtis doing this here, you know, leaving a lot of enemies alive, just running past them, collecting the treasures, and in his mind, he's like, well, if they kill someone, they kill someone. Oh well. And I think Eat Satchel's heading in the... No, they're okay, they're going the right way. I was worried they were heading away from the treasures. Ooh, and the quadruple flip there from Curtis. Always satisfying. And this for kind of how fast you play is very much dictated by the giant bread bug being nice. Kind of just wanders around where it wants to, and you just gotta hope it wanders towards you. Well, it's been kind of a jerk. Curtis's poker count was actually so great here that he was able to skip one of the treasures. Shout out to Cherry. Made possible by Cherry. Yeah, plus 20 for minus 35. And a couple extra bug bodies while you do that. Rest in peace, giant bread bug. You will be missed. Wow, that eraser was super far from base. How did that happen? Curtis 6 Pokos away from victory. And just like that, Curtis has hit the 10,000 Poke mark. Can we get some GGs in chat for Curtis? Congrats to him for winning the race and staying alive. And also congrats for Eat Satchel, keeping it close for a large majority of the run. And we'll root you on for the rest of the way. But yeah, well played by Curtis to get the win. I thought he played very well in SEX especially. So to put this in perspective, Heat Satchel has a PB of 157. So this run might beat that. So they played as well as basically they've ever played. So well done to them. Curtis finished with a 143.37. With the soft lock. Would have been a couple minutes faster otherwise. What's up, Curtis?
Or I can just hop in commentary directly. But yeah, I feel like pretty good run, minus the losing 2 minutes on NRSH.
How surprised were you that you soft locked her? Like, how shocked were you?
I was like, I don't know. I was confused for like 2 seconds, but then I was like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
because someone was bound to make a mistake on making this file at some point.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's unfortunate, you know.
At least I saved this run. Nobody noticed that I forgot to save when I played against Cap the other day.
Oh, did you not save exiting Snaggart or White Flower Garden?
No, not in that run.
Oh.
In this run I did.
I know you did in this run, yeah. How do you feel about your gameplay throughout, outside of the soft lock incident?
I feel like the gameplay was good, but some of the layouts weren't great.
Yeah, there was some
Especially
funky ones.
BK.
Oh yeah. BK6 was kind of gross.
I mean,
BK
4 wasn't that
weird.
good either.
Yeah, 4 was kind of weird.
Also, for some reason I entered BK with like 86 Pikmin, so I assume I got close glitched.
Maybe, yeah. I didn't pick it up during the race.
That's what I'm assuming happened.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where 14 other Pikmin would have gone.
I thought your SCX was very good. I was kind of nervous on SCX 7 for you because you didn't locate the roaming rank before collecting treasures.
No, I knew where it was. I saw it
Okay.
in the circle room.
Yeah.
If I was smart, I would have recognized how close everything else was.
Yeah.
And I would have made Olimar go stand under the room.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you could have potentially lost like 10 to 15 likes there. As it fired on them, but it did not kill any, thankfully.
I mean, even if I did, it wouldn't have been the end of the world.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that you played, both those caves great again. I thought you played FC6 really well.
Debate when I'm getting one statue on FC6 whether I should just bring whites or if I should bring everyone.
Yeah.
Because bringing whites definitely lost a little time on the fire geyser. But bringing everyone I think would have complicated things because of the boulders.
Yeah, you didn't have much room to navigate. Like both the beetles were there and both men. So. I think in the moment it was the right call. And I think in retrospect too, it was still the correct play.
I definitely think getting it is better than not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you got Cherry too, which is kind of cool.
I got Cherry because I'm like, I don't want to be at the end of the run scrambling on bugs. And it turns out that there were a lot of bugs to get, so it didn't really matter.
Oh yeah, well you got to skip a small, which was nice.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, who do you play next? You know that?
I have no idea.
Let's see. You play the winner of... You play the winner of TCB and Heart.
Probably gonna be cool.
It'd be a good race to look forward to.
Probably be watching HP's screen share and giving like insight on what's going on.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe instead of just sitting here. But yeah, I feel like oh, he put all his whites on the placard. I guess he just didn't notice the orientation.
Oh wow. Well, I was right at base. That's always fun. Love that.
Yeah, these guys never do what you want. They always do exactly the thing that you want. Whoa, who's dying at base? Okay, well it doesn't matter who's dying at base, you gotta keep going.
The blowhog, like, making the Pikmin idle and having them swarm electric stuff. I don't know. What's happening?
Oh yeah, there's an enemy there.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know, I didn't think it would wander that far, but I guess there is. Okay, well, YS putting in chat that he is calling it there, so I guess he's not finishing. He only has 48, yeah. That's probably not the worst decision, honestly. Because finishing this would just be the Mr.
Painful.
J classic.
Was it Mr. J in the... What was it? The coach tournament that, like, finished GK with, like, 30 Pikmin?
I think so. I mean, he does that in a lot of runs, honestly.
Yeah. It's just a staple of his that he just does it frequently. Okay.
Yeah, he has a habit of I guess there's stream delay unless YS is changing his mind and trying to finish.
Yeah, I guess so.
See, the struggle on this floor of having no Pikmin is that you've gotta like do 2 rounds of collection. Like,
Oh yeah.
because you just don't have any Pikmin. Oh, yeah, he's offline. Unfortunate.
Well, GG's.
Definite GG's. I mean, given his PB, I mean, it looked like he was playing pretty well based on like how well he was keeping up.
He was like a floor behind you, like through Snagger Hole. It's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, can we talk about that SH2 literally golded on my splits with slow loads?
Nice. I'd love to see it. So I don't know if you read in chat, but Bullwhip was available if you ran away from the hole. And the Snagger on the way to the hole did contain DST.
Hello.
Hello!
Hi.
So, oh, we're still streaming. Okay.
Yes.
That felt very nerve-wracking up until the part where Curtis had his time up. I was like, that was a sigh of relief, you know. What do you guys think? Or no?
I was throughout the run, I was really impressed with your gameplay. You really kept pace with Curtis through a lot of it. I think through the early game, kind of like the main thing that separated the two of you was the above ground segments.
Yeah.
I think in caves, you know, you're able to keep pace all right.
Well, yeah, I think that's right. I need to work on my above ground stuff. Anyway. So, Curtis, how do you feel about your run?
Like it was pretty good, except for losing 2 minutes on Enter SH.
Oh.
I mean, the softlock was one thing, but like I got like 17th try blue knapsack as well.
What?
After having one that gave me a blue knapsack and was in like the pixel perfect spot to not work.
Oh. I hate it when that happens. It's like, keep trying, and I mean, when you finally think you're gonna get it, nope, it's red. You know? Yeah.
But everything else I feel like was fine.
Well, that's good. That's good. I appreciate that I could be a competitor in the tournament. I'm out of the tournament, right?
Yeah, this is losers.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not mad or anything. I'm just asking. But anyway, thank you guys.
Thanks for participating. It was fun to watch you play.
Yep.
I assume we're about to go offline, so any closing thoughts?
I got pizza waiting for me, so I'm
All right.
gonna.
Enjoy your pizza. Thanks for everyone for watching the race. I believe we'll be back tomorrow. So see you then. Have a good night.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.